Yo, what's up, my friends? It's Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NBA here for you today on Thursday, December 21st, 2023. We're going to have NBA player props, spreads, over-unders, money lines here for you today. We got 4 picks that make a great value bets for this Thursday NBA slate. As always, we'd just like to thank you all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Appreciate all of your guys' support. You guys absolutely rock. Couple quick announcements, guys. First and foremost, we're going to have our NFL Best Bets video for Thursday Night Football coming live around 10 a.m. Eastern time or so. Might be a little bit after time, but it'll be around 10 a.m. if you guys want to watch that. I'll have that pinned at the end of this video when I get that uploaded, and also you can just find that on our homepage. So be sure to look for that. And also, we will have day 2 of our 5K ladder challenge up later as well. We cashed day 1 yesterday. It was a plus 259 parlay. We're on to day 2 out of 5 to get to 5,000. We started with $10, hoping to make $5,000. So we are on that journey. Hopefully we keep riding and climbing today. That's what we love to see. We're ready to get some good results here in the NBA. We got our straight bets here for you today. Our last episode, let's go over results from the last episode. So I've been off for a little bit, guys. I apologize about the break. Our last episode was actually Thursday, December 7th. So it's been 2 weeks since we've done an NBA episode. We went 0-2 that day. That was the day the Pacers played the Bucks and the Pelicans played the Lakers in the semifinals of that in-season tournament. We ended up going 0-2, like I said. We missed on Tyrese Halliburton, under 11.5 assists. He ends up flying over with like 15. And then we missed on CJ McCollum over points and assists. They got beat by 44 that day. So we didn't stand a chance that day, unfortunately. But we're going to bounce back. We're going to get this 4-0 sweep. Like I said, we got 4 plays here for you today. Like I said, look for day 2 of our ladder later in the afternoon. It'll probably be after 12 or 1 once I get some alternate lines and stuff like that. So be sure to check back for that. But let's get after it today, guys. Let's get a 4-0 sweep. Let's get after it here today. At number 1, we got Kobe White over 22.5 points here for the Chicago Bulls. Minus 106 odds here on FanDuel. So, guys, we got Kobe White 7 out of his last 10 to this line. He is just 3 out of 9 for the season at home, but 3 of his last 5 at home. So, obviously, he got off to a relatively slow start across the board to start the season, but then, Zach LaVine got hurt, kind of changed things. Kobe White is seeing a lot more volume and minutes, so obviously it's going to continue today. It's a great matchup today for him versus the San Antonio Spurs, who allow the second most points to point guards. We like seeing that. He is on a back-to-back, but the last time he was on a back-to-back here in the month of December, he dropped 27 points. So he doesn't really have any trouble with back-to-backs. He's a young man. He could get it done for us. I'm not really too worried about that. That was on December 12th, so about a week ago, he dropped 27 points on a back-to-back and played 35 minutes. So, really didn't affect his minutes or his volume, which we like seeing that. Point guards so far this season, guys, are 6-2 this season to cash in a points line as a point guard versus the San Antonio Spurs when they have a line in the 20s, if that makes sense. So, it's kind of like you're looking for comparable players, right? So Kobe White has a line in the 20s. A guy like Trae Young had a line in the 20s. Guys like that have a very high points line. They've cashed this line in 6 out of 8 games when point guards have a line in the 20s. You can find that on Props.cash. Actually, a pretty cool thing. My friend Got to Get the Bag was showing me that. It's a pretty cool thing you could look up. So this is a great matchup, though. I really like it, specifically because we know Kobe White loves to shoot the 3-ball. His 3-point line is at 3.5, and it's juiced. Why I like that is the Spurs allow the second most threes in the NBA, so I think there's a great chance he hits his 3-point line too as well. I think that's a great play that you could play as well. That's where he likes to take a lot of his shots. And specifically, we mentioned the volume. I love the volume and the minutes for him. In the month of December, Kobe White is averaging 38.8 minutes per game and 17 field goal attempts per game. And like I said, he attempts a lot of those from 3. So when you really think about that, I think we're getting a nice value here for a line at 22.5. So, love it there for our number 1 pick. We're going Kobe White over 22.5 points here for the Chicago Bulls. Minus 106 odds here on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 2, we got Ja Morant. Over 44.5 PRAs here for the Memphis Grizzlies. Minus 113 odds here on FanDuel. So, guys, we saw Ja Morant the other day make his season debut versus the Pelicans. It was absolutely sensational. Dropped 48 PRAs, including the game winner there at the end of regulation, which I love seeing that. Dropped 34 points. 6 rebounds, 8 assists, was absolutely phenomenal in his season debut. I think he's got a chance to really continue that versus the Pacers and even a better matchup here. That's why I really like Ja Morant. The other day, he attempted 21 field goal attempts, had 13 rebound chances, and 16 potential assists in his season debut. So his teammates really actually didn't help him out all that much the other day, converting just 50% of his assist chances. So I expect that could obviously improve in this game versus Indiana, who doesn't play a lick of defense. Their defense is really pretty bad. So I think Ja's going to be able to have his way really in all 3 categories. That's why I love his PRAs. I think he's going to get the rebounds and the assists. We saw him the last time versus Indiana at 27 points, 10 rebounds, 15 assists. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. I think he can get it done in all 3 categories, all 3 phases, if you will. Here on the season, Pacers allow the 5th most rebounds, the 18th most assists, the 15th most points to point guard. So I think overall this is a great matchup for him. If you're looking for a comparable player that's played the Pacers this year, you might look at Tyrese Maxey. He's kind of a little similar, but Ja Morant's a thing of his own. Ja Morant obviously is far better, but we saw Tyrese Maxey, point guard for the 76ers, post 62 PRAs versus Indiana earlier this year. So if he could do that, definitely think Ja could do that, right? I think where I see a lot of his damage being done is him being able to penetrate the middle, penetrate the paint, and be able to dish off for assists, obviously. Points in the paint is a big problem for Indiana and their defense. I think he could do that, and obviously he could score on there, and he could obviously dish off for some easy assists. I expect that to happen. So, love it there, guys, for our number 2 pick. We're going Ja Morant over 44.5 PRAs here for the Memphis Grizzlies, minus 113 odds here on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 3, I'm going to be honest, you guys probably aren't going to love this pick, but I love it because we are calling the end of a streak today. We're calling the Detroit Pistons money line here versus the Utah Jazz, plus 110 odds here on FanDuel. So, first of all, this should give you an indication that the books really think the Pistons have a chance today, which I believe they do as well. They're pretty close to even value here for a team that has lost 24 in a row. I think there's a good chance that a lot of people just hop on the Utah Jazz because the Pistons have lost 24 in a row. Well, we'll make it 25 by betting on the Jazz today. Well, nope. I think this is the end of that streak today. The Pistons got to win a game at some point, and I think this is their best opportunity to do so. And really, this game is honestly set up for them to win. Pistons here, or rather the Utah Jazz, are on a back-to-back, and they're already not a good road team. The 3-11-1 against the spread on the road this season, so obviously they're not a good road team. And like I said, they're on a back-to-back where they kind of spent themselves last night in Cleveland, losing 118-110. I was actually watching the end of that game. Obviously, they had their starters going down the stretch there, trying to make that game close. And they ended up losing. So I think this is the spot here for Detroit. Now, Kate Cunningham's playing. Bojan Bogdanovic is back for Detroit, which I think is huge. I think, with those guys alone, they should be able to keep this game close. Looking up and down the lineup, Jalen Duren is really the only major player that's out for the Pistons. So I think here they're getting a little bit healthier. I think this is a spot for Detroit to finally get off the schneid and get a win. If you look at their schedule, it's been extra brutal lately. They've played Atlanta, which isn't bad, but listen to these other 5. You got Milwaukee, Philadelphia twice, Indiana, Orlando. Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Orlando are 2, 3, and 4 in the Eastern Conference. So, and we know about Indiana. Indiana is obviously pretty tough too. We saw what they did in the in-season tournament there, getting to the championship. So they're a very good team as well. And Detroit has just had a brutal schedule. So I think they'll have a chance here, obviously, versus Utah. I think this is where their win's going to come at home. This is going to happen today, guys. So love it there for our number 3 pick, guys. Going Detroit Pistons money line here versus the Utah Jazz, plus 110 odds here on FanDuel. Okay, and finally at number 4, we got DeAndre Ayton, under 12.5 rebounds here for the Portland Trail Blazers, plus 106 odds here on FanDuel. First of all, no way. 12.5 for a line on DeAndre Ayton, no way. I don't know if you guys have been around a while here at the channel or not, but back in last year's playoffs, we were betting DeAndre Ayton's unders at 9.5 rebounds. We were taking his unders and we were cashing. And cashing fairly easily in a few of those games. I believe it was versus Denver or so. Now, obviously, matchup matters, right? They're playing the Wizards, who allow the most rebounds to centers in the NBA. So that's a big reason why this line is what it is. But still, this line is too big for him. If you look at this by the numbers, guys, DeAndre Ayton has gone under this mark in 17 out of 22 games this season. So that should really tell you a lot of what you need to know. Even in good matchups, this dude still goes under. And I think, like I said, I think this line is just too high. Is he going to probably get 10, 11 rebounds? Yes. Is he going to be somewhat close? Yes. But for plus value, I think there's a great opportunity this guy goes under. We saw him the other day grab 15 rebounds. That was one of the games he hit. He played 40 minutes. He's not playing 40 minutes in this game. I can almost guarantee you that. That's not typical of him. He was playing his old team in the Suns, so I probably had something to do with it, right, the other day. He's not going to play 40 minutes. If he does, I'd be really surprised. And I don't see him grabbing, 13 or more rebounds. I just don't see it happening. On a consistent basis, it's just not going to happen. So I'm not going to watch this because you don't want to watch I don't want to watch bets like this. I just really think it's going to hit, obviously. He's under in 6 out of 9 career games versus the Washington Wizards. He's gone under. Like I said, Wizards allowing the most rebounds to centers, so that's a lot of reason why you're getting that line. He's under in 7 out of his last 10 games, under in 8 of his last 10 at home, so even better at home. Obviously, the hope is that the Washington Wizards shoot the lights out and don't leave a lot of rebounds on the table. We can't necessarily rely on that, but I think this line, like I said, at 12.5 is just simply too high, guys. I don't see him getting there. So I do love it there, guys. For our number 4 pick, we're going DeAndre Ayton, under 12.5 rebounds here for the Portland Trail Blazers, plus 106 odds here on FanDuel. All right, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. We are actually almost there, so appreciate all of your support. Make sure you guys look for day 2 of our ladder challenge coming out later. We are on the road to $5,000. We're taking $10 and attempting to turn it into $5,000 in just 5 days. Like I said, we're on day 2. We only got to do 4 more days and we get there. And so I had someone tell me it's an impossible task. It's not impossible. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of adjustment. We've made some adjustments over the time we've been doing it, and I'm hoping obviously we find the right ingredients, the right combo to make it happen. That's obviously what we're hoping for. So make sure you guys also look for our NFL Best Bets video as well. That'll be out later as well for Thursday Night Football. So make sure you guys look for that. And outside of that, I think that's going to do it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you all next time. Peace out.